Tap in, tap in. Welcome back to another video. My name is April Williams. I'm a life coach. I'm an ambassador for Christ, and I'm a podcaster. On this video, I'm coming to tell you 4 signs when God is calling you. 4 signs you're going to get and you're going to have when God is calling you. Number 1, you become uncomfortable. And y'all, I talk about becoming uncomfortable so much because we have to realize that when we become uncomfortable, it's for a reason. You know, sometimes God will really just cause chaos in our lives and whatever current situation we're in. You know, let's say you're in a relationship and everything's been good, y'all been fine, y'all never had no problems, and the next thing you know, stuff is going wrong. You don't know why, they don't know why. You know, sometimes God will come in the midst and just cause chaos, you know, and it happens because he's stretching us. He's making us uncomfortable because he wants us to move on to what's next, what he has for us, to get into that posture, to get into that position so we can, you know, be able to get in our destined place that he has for us. So we're becoming uncomfortable for a reason. We can't just keep ignoring it because the more you ignore it, the more it's going to come and come and come. So we might as well just accept the fact that we're uncomfortable for a reason and just, you know, pray and talk to God so we can move past it. That's number 1. Number 2, isolation. I'll say at least 30 days. And isolation is not to just cut people off. Isolation is to work on yourself. You know, once you get in isolation, you start to change your mindset. You know, you cut off all the old habits and you start getting to new things. You start to change your mindset, you know, because you know that God is preparing you to do something. You know, you may not know what, because he's not going to give us everything. That's where faith comes in. But, you know, like I said, the isolation is for us to work on our mindsets, for us to just get better, you know, make sure we're not holding on to anything from the past. You know, we're really doing that heart check on ourselves. And for me, I deactivated my Facebook for I think 2 or 3 months. And then, you know, I just was praying, reading, fasting, just spending time with God, because that's what isolation is for. You know, he don't isolate us and first he causes chaos, then we're in isolation, and it's all a part of the process for when God is preparing you for whatever he's calling you to do. So just know that it's okay if, you know, you're going through that. You know, you're not alone. You know, people are just going to have to understand that, you know, things are changing in your life right now. So you know, you're isolating yourself for a reason, and at the end of the day, if they don't understand, that's okay. You got to do what God is calling you to do. Number 3, you cling to things and people who pour into your spirit. And for me, it was my life coach, Latoya Okia. I found her on YouTube. And now, mind you, y'all, I never used to watch videos on YouTube or none of that. When I started going through everything I was going through, God, you know, led me to YouTube. And then her videos just started popping up, and I just started watching her. And, you know, from there, everything I watched with her just kind of resonates with my spirit. So I know that God led me to this moment. And, you know, she's a life coach, and that's how I became a life coach. Other than that, I had my friend and my brother in Christ, Daryl. He listened to me a lot. You know, he poured into my spirit, told me that, you know, God is calling me to do something. You know, a lot of videos he'll post when he's, you know, doing his evangelism work out of the country and stuff. It's like a lot of things I used to see. I used to be like, that just does something to me seeing that. You know, so it's good to have people in your corner who's going to tell you the right things and really pour into your spirit. That was number 3. Number 4, you just begin to wake up to the power on the inside of you. You know, sometimes we don't even know who we are. We know who we are, but we don't. Meaning that, you know, you could be walking around with tons of power, tons of gifts on the inside of you, and you really you've allowed the world to put certain, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? You've allowed the world and situations and things you've been through to just cover you up. You know, once you begin to wake up and tap into the power that's on the inside of you, you take all that off and you realize who you are in God, you know, who you are in Christ. You know, in the Bible, Psalms 139:14, David tells us, you know, he tells God, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And in Ephesians 2:10, Paul says, for we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared for us in advance to do. You know, so that just lets us know God has a purpose for each and every one of his children. We all have a purpose, and our purpose already set. You know, our purpose and our purpose place are already predestined and preordained for us. So we have to do the work on ourselves to do what it takes to get there, to be able to do whatever it is that God is calling us to do, because he's already predestined and preordained it for us. We just have to wake up and tap into everything that's on the inside of us, everything that our Father has already placed inside of us, our talents, our gifts, our purpose, calling, whatever it may be. It's all connected to your purpose. Your purpose is why you are here. Your purpose is why you were created, why you were put here on earth. We were all put here to do something. So that's what your purpose is. The reason why you're here. So that was the 4 signs, God is calling you to do something. I don't know what he may be calling you to do. That's where faith comes in at. God isn't going to give us everything. We have to just pray and continue to see God, for revelation and wisdom. We have to pray for that so he can continue to reveal to us whatever it is that he's calling us to do. Whatever it is he's calling you to do, he's going to, you're going to know more and more as you go through the process of doing what it takes to get closer to God. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is the 4 signs when God is calling you. If you're watching this from my YouTube channel, thank you so much for watching. I put a new episode out Thursday called Legacy. Y'all need to check that out. What do you want to be remembered for? So check that out. My podcast is available on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Unapologetically Me with ADW. Y'all be blessed. Have a great week, and I'll see y'all on the next video.